Treece. I always hunted whitetails back east, and it was kind of nothing too long range. And now that I'm living in Wyoming, wanted a gun that I felt confident with, where I could reach out if I needed to take a longer shot. Did a lot of research, like I do with pretty much everything, before I jump in, and before I invest my money. And I looked at all the production rifles and Coopers and different ones, and looked at different gun makers, read reviews, and talked to a lot of people, and came down to just right here out my back door, right outside of Cody here. Randy Selby was the one that I decided to go with for my gun. I couldn't be happier. It's custom 300 Weatherby that will flat out shoot better than any gun I've ever held, and put a custom muzzle brake on it that he made, and really doesn't even kick. So I've been happy with it. I put up steel there at my house, and trying to get used to shooting in wind and long range, and it's yeah, that's how I came. What I wanted in a gun, and not just that, I wasn't really sure what I wanted, so I needed somebody that could help guide me in the right direction, picking the right caliber, and even the right optics, and every little thing about it. So I didn't want just a bench gun. I wanted something I could use as a tool to hunt with, you know. And I think I've got my one in a lifetime gun now. He just asked what I wanted from the gun, and told him I wanted a gun that I could feel comfortable shooting elk at difficult angles, and long range and up close, and kind of a all-purpose gun. And then I'm a one gun kind of person. I like to know my gun really well instead of having a lot of guns. So I also wanted this gun for whitetail and mule deer and antelope, and so that's we kind of went through the pros and cons of different calibers and different barrels and different stocks, and you know, just it was my decision on how to put it all together, but with a whole lot of guidance. So worked out perfect. Everybody else I talked to, it was more like going in a retail store and, well, what do you want, and really didn't give me the guidance that I needed, and or if they did, I wasn't sure. I couldn't really tell if it was real, if I could trust it. I kind of did my own research, so when I'd ask a question about certain aspects of these guns, I pretty much knew what the answer was going to be. I just wanted to confirm it, and I got a lot of different opinions. But Brady's by far the most knowledgeable person I've ever met about when it comes to rifles. So it's a 300 Weatherby, and I wanted a fairly lightweight gun, but I learned the hard way I don't like a gun too lightweight because I can't shoot it as well. So just the right balance, and really good barrel. I went with a Remington 700 Action. He blueprinted it, and I don't really understand all the technical part of it, but made it so that it was would shoot better, and built the muzzle brake for it. This is a Macmillan stock, and I've always, back east, I always had really expensive, big optics for the last little bit of light, and went with a smaller scope that was way less expensive than what I'm used to paying, and it's a Lupo VX 5 HD, and I've been really happy with it. But it's compact. It kind of fits the gun versus some of these giant scopes. I'm trying to put it in a scabbard. I like to pack in and on horses or mules and hunting, and so this is for what I needed, just the right setup. Randy developed, you know, every gun kind of has its own bullet and load, and so he helped me decide which bullet I wanted to go with. Went with a 190 grain AccuBond long range, and he played with the different powder loads and came up with the one that would put one bullet touching another, and so that's, you know, I bought all the equipment to reload myself. He told me exactly what to use, and actually he bought the equipment for me, and I just paid him back, but because I didn't even know what to get. But from start to finish, kind of laid every little aspect out there and gave me the pros and cons of all the different options, and for to get the gun that I wanted for what I wanted it to do. Worked out real well. Oh, and one thing I like about this scope is it's got the custom turret, and so with the load that Randy worked up, I've got it 0 to 200 yards, and I can range the animal as far out as I feel comfortable shooting and just click it to that many yards, and it's awesome. Shot a whitetail at about 400 in pretty heavy wind a couple of weeks ago, and it's with complete confidence. So that's something I wouldn't have never done with the guns I've had before, and of course I didn't practice as much as I do now. My last gun was a really expensive Dakota, but it just wasn't built for long range, and I didn't have the confidence that I wanted to have with it. So you could get lucky if you buy a semi-custom one of these production guns. There's several companies, Cooper and Kimber and different ones that make really good guns, but and you could get lucky and you might find one that would shoot pretty good, but this is just guaranteed spot on. He gave me the little test shots, the first 3 that he shot through it after working up the load, and they're just touching. I think it was at 100 yards, but that's you know, everybody talks about minute of angle accuracy, and I don't. I know when 3 bullet holes are all touching each other and you can put a dime over them at 100 yards, that's pretty good. So, yeah, I'm very pleased.